Hello. Today I am going to do kind of a review, I don't know what you want to call it, but of Juno's charm casting. So Juno Carlson's charm casting. She has devised this amazing divination tool that anyone can use. You don't have to be psychic. Anyway, so today I'm going to show you about it. Now, it comes with a book that has a lot of the meanings of the different charms because we're doing charm casting. But to be honest, I like the book, but then I put it aside, right? Because I feel like your own personal interpretations of the charms is the best way to go. But if you're stuck and you're like, God, I don't know what these glasses mean, most of not all of them, but most of the charms are in the little booklet that you get. Now, I'm obsessed with Juno's charm casting, and so I have like everything she's made. But you don't need that to start, right? So I'm going to show you, I have a bowl full of charms, but that's a little bit over 4 sets of charms. You can do this with one starter set, right? You can do it with one charm mat and one starter set. So don't feel like you need to buy everything to start, but I bet you will buy a bunch of the other ones because they're just so cool. So let me show you, first of all, I'm going to show you some of the charm mats. I'm going to show you my bowl full of charms, and then I'm going to actually do a little demonstration, right? Because this is just so cool. So these are the mats. Now, this one, oops, sorry guys. This one is a little traveling mat, and I love it because it gives you different areas of your life, and then, but you can bring it with you. It's small, and the process of how you do this is very simple. Now, I have other charm mats, so let's show you all the mats. Well, let me tell you about how it works first, and then I'll show you all the mats. So here's my bowl of charms. Now, granted, these are like 4 sets, right? So these are a lot of charms, but you only use a few at a time. So you don't need this massive amount, although I love them. Look at that, the heart with the flower on top. Okay, so let's say I wanted to do just a little mini read using the charms. So what you would do is you would think, what do I need to hear about these topics? And I'm going to say, Spirit, you tell me what topics are most important, right? And I'm just going to think, what do I need to hear? And I'm just going to grab just a few because you don't need a lot. So there's a little handful. And I'm going to drop them thinking, what do I need to hear? Now, anything that doesn't fall on, anything that doesn't fall on your mat, now we're using this little mat, right? I just happen to have it on top of the mat, is not important. But if it falls and like this would go on to creativity and exploration, wisdom and learning. Now this pin, diaper pin, goes wealth and well-being, creativity and exploration, and wisdom and learning. And then these are both in work and career. So what you do is if it falls off the mat totally, you disregard them, but otherwise you read them at where they fall. Now, I'm going to not read these, although I'm going to take a screenshot because I feel like there's some really good information there, and then I will have that for later. So, but anyway, that's the process. It's simple, and then you read it. So let's say the only one was this ant on work and career, and that means, an ant is a colony. It works with a lot of people, and they're always busy. They're very strong, and so I think work and career, I need to remember to delegate and work with my community, and that there's some really strong things that can happen in work and career. In other words, I can handle anything that comes at me because, as you know, ants are incredibly strong. So that's just interpreting for me what I think about ants. But I could go to the charm guide and look and see what it says for that big ant. So anyway, I want to show you these. This is the traveling mat. And as you see, it has all different topics, right? And this is the back. And then these are the full size. See, they're much bigger. This is what I recommend. If you are going to get any mat, I would start with this mat. I call it the honeycomb. I think they call it that as well. There's a B in the middle. And this you could drop your charms. And again, if they fall off the mat, they don't count. But here we have in between opportunity and release, we have a little wine bottle. So maybe we need to release, we have an opportunity to release depending on wine, or maybe drink some wine and you'll release. And then in listen and people, I have this horse. And so to me, horse is strength, horse is passion. And so maybe I need to listen to other people about their passion. So anyway, again, that's how you use it. So this is the honeycomb. Then we have one that can also be used as, to me, I feel like you could also use this with a pendulum. I think you could probably use any of these with a pendulum. But anyway, this one gives you, again, different, it's like a compass. What's our compass? It gives us our compass for these different topics. Then we have this one, which I also just love, and it's, the Star of David, and it tells you this might be about a specific issue. What's your guidance from spirit, what nurtures you, how to relate to others. Just gives you so many different things, your gifts, what you need to be open to, what you need to practice, what challenges you. It's almost like a Celtic cross in some ways in the tarot. Then let's do our shadow work, right? Shadow work is what we hide from, that is of ourself. What do we can gain from the shadow work? What integration, what gifts, what we're afraid of, what part of myself do I reject? And then if you know what part you reject, then you know why you're afraid of it, what gifts it offers, how do you integrate it, and what guidance it can give you. So this is a really powerful inner work. And then this one I think is meant to be a pendulum map as well. And so we have a yes or no, but also, again, it gives you insight into a particular situation, which I really like. Then we have the relationship mat, right? And you have the two people in the middle, and what do we do best together, blah, 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 right? So there's I really like this. If you want to know more about a relationship, how do I view them? How do they view me? Really cool. The one I want to do the demonstration with is this one. Opportunities, gifts, challenges, lessons, but this is the days of the week. And so what this is telling us is that if it's in this top area, it's more opportunities and gifts. If it's in the bottom area, it might be challenges and lessons, if you want to read it that way. Or maybe just this spot is opportunity and gifts, and this spot is challenges and lessons, right? So, but let's try this, and let's actually do what's coming up for the week. And again, I've got my bowl, and you don't need this many charms. I'm just really blessed to have this many. What's coming up for the week? And I'm just going to grab a handful. I'm going to, one decided to sneak out. I'm going to drop it from, I don't know if you can see that, a height, because you want it to scatter. And we're going to drop it. We're going to get rid of all the ones that fall off the mat. Now, these are kind of on the outer ring. We'll see if we read those. So let's first look at lessons and challenges for the week. And we have the air balloon. And it's interesting because I'm watching on TV about going around the world in 80 days. It's with the guy that used to play Doctor Who. Anyway, and there was a lot of challenges with this balloon. They didn't know how to fly it, but it took them so fast that they gained a lot of ground in there trying to get around the world in 80 days. And so to me, what that's telling me is that I may not know how to do everything, but if I'm willing to try something, even if I don't know how to do it, it may take me really far. So that's a personal interpretation. In other words, if you weren't watching that TV show, that may mean something totally different. And then opportunities and gifts, we have a whole cluster here on Sunday and Monday. Sunday and Monday seem to be our active day. Now, we have a baby diaper pin around an elk or a stag, right? And because they're intertwined, to me, that's really meaningful. So I feel like there's opportunities on Sunday for something representing a baby pin which to me is like starting little, but it's also a safety pin. So there's safety there, there's protection, and a stag. And a stag is, for me, because of my understanding of mythology, and it might be different than you, the stag always leads you to the next adventure. So here I feel that I'm very protected as I go. On Sunday, there's going to be some opportunity to start a new adventure. Now, there's more on Sunday. There's a butterfly, and a butterfly to me is transformation. So I feel like this new opportunity on Sunday that I'm going to be led to would have to do with transformation. Now, this is not only upside down, it's upside down, but it's also on the outer fringe. So I feel like this is an opportunity because it's on the outer fringe that may or may, it's less likely to happen, but it may happen. And that's the sun peeking out of clouds. And so Sunday, that could literally be saying Sunday might be partly cloudy, but it also could mean that, you know, behind something that may seem dark or cloudy, you know, that the sun will peek out. Now, what is this over here? It's kind of on Saturday and Sunday, but it is, let's get it in focus. It is, I don't know, is that like a shot of something? I'm not quite sure what that is. I'm not quite sure, but we're going to say this is a remedy of some sort. And so between Saturday and Sunday, there may be a remedy for a situation. So I'm not going to go through them all because we've already been 11 minutes talking about this, but I'm just so excited about how you could throw this. What's what would be considered casting or throwing. You could throw this every week and you would have an idea of what's coming for the week ahead. So anyway, I'll put the link to Juno's Etsy page because I just think that this is a fabulous way to utilize this divination tool. And again, you don't need every single mat, and you don't need every single charm, because as you see, you only use a few at a time. But the more charms you have, the more opportunities for different ways to divine. But if you get the starter set, I would definitely recommend the starter set and then this mat, because I feel like this is your basic, this gives you everything you need to know. Or if you're interested in the, what's coming up, you want to use it more as a divination tool, I like this mat, or even, the travel mat. It gives you a little bit about everything, and you could set your intention for it to be that week. So, Juno, thank you so much for creating this fabulous divination tool. I'm so excited. I'm going to be teaching about it in, I think, July or something. I don't know. But anyway, in the meantime, hop over to Juno. I'll put the link to Juno's Etsy page. And I should have written down the Etsy page name before I started this, but I can't remember the name, Gum Tree or something. But anyway, I'll put it in the post. So Juno, thank you so much for developing this amazing divination tool. And if you're watching this, just go over to Juno's Etsy page and you can get it for yourself. All right, bye.